In the planet's most profound and lightless corners, where crushing pressure and eternal cold reign supreme, life persists in forms both beautiful and terrifying. Down here, in the abyssal plains, a ruler patrols his ancient kingdom. This is the domain of a colossal great white shark, a predator honed by millennia of evolution, a living torpedo of muscle and instinct. He is a ghost in the perpetual twilight, his pale underside a mirror of the faint, distant shimmer from the world above, his dark gray back the color of the abyss itself. For generations, his ancestors have hunted these same deep-sea canyons, their lineage a dynasty written in the scars of countless battles. He moves with an effortless grace that belies his immense size and power. A gentle, almost imperceptible flick of his crescent-shaped tail propels him through the water, a silent sovereign surveying his territory. The water here is thick with life unseen by human eyes. Bioluminescent creatures drift like fallen stars, their brief flashes of light the only illumination in this endless night. Giant squid, with eyes the size of dinner plates, move like phantoms through the darkness. The shark ignores them all. He is searching for a worthy challenge, for the scent of a rival, for the tremor of a struggle that signifies a true contest of titans. His senses are a marvel of natural engineering. Ampulla of Lorenzini, a network of jelly-filled pores on his snout, detect the faint electrical fields generated by the muscle contractions of every living thing nearby. He can feel the heartbeat of a fish hiding hundreds of feet away. His sense of smell is legendary. A single drop of blood in an Olympic-sized swimming pool would be a roaring siren to him. Tonight, however, his senses are picking up something different. Not the familiar pulse of prey, but a deep, resonant thrumming that seems to emanate from the very bedrock of the ocean floor. The vibration grows stronger, a subsonic hum that travels through the water and into the very core of his being. It's an ancient rhythm, a pulse that has been silent for centuries, a heartbeat from the world's deepest wound, the Mariana Trench. The small, strange fish that normally swarm the lower depths scatter in panic, their fleeting lights blinking out as they flee an unseen terror. The shark, driven by a primal curiosity that outweighs caution, turns toward the source of the disturbance. He descends further, leaving the familiar hunting grounds behind, entering a realm of absolute blackness where the pressure is immense enough to crush steel. Down in the trench, a chasm that could swallow mountains, something is stirring. From the silt and sediment of 1,000-year slumber, an entity of unimaginable scale awakens. It is the Abyss Kraken, a creature of myth and nightmare. Its massive, bulbous head, larger than a blue whale, rises from the ooze. Its body is a writhing mass of colossal tentacles, each one thicker than an ancient oak tree and covered in razor-sharp suckers capable of gripping with relentless force. Along these powerful limbs, glowing scars pulse with an eerie, cold blue light marks from forgotten battles fought in the dawn of time against creatures long extinct. As the Kraken fully awakens, the water itself begins to recoil. A vortex forms as it draws in a colossal breath, the first in an age. The seabed trembles and plumes of sediment erupt, clouding the water in a blinding storm of sand and debris. Its singular, central eye, a vast, milky orb that has not seen light in eons, slowly opens. It is an eye that has witnessed the birth and death of continents, a window into a soul of pure, predatory hunger. The hum the shark felt now becomes a deafening roar, a pressure wave that travels for miles, announcing the return of the true monarch of the deep. The shark feels this wave hit him like a physical blow. Instinct screams at him to flee, to return to the relative safety of the upper abyss. But something else, a deeper, more aggressive instinct, the apex predator's refusal to yield, takes hold. He is the king of these waters, and no creature, no matter its size, can challenge his reign. He accepts the challenge, his powerful tail driving him forward, straight into the heart of the growing maelstrom. The two titans finally meet. The sheer scale of the Kraken is breathtaking. The shark, a giant in his own right, is dwarfed by the living mountain of flesh before him. He is a dagger to the Kraken's fortress. The Kraken's tentacles, like a forest of pythons, unfurl and lash out. The first strike is a blur of motion and bioluminescent light. The shark, with agility born from countless hunts, twists his body, narrowly avoiding the crushing grip of a tentacle that could snap his spine. The appendage smashes into a volcanic rock formation nearby, pulverizing it into dust. The battle is joined. It is a whirlwind of chaos, a storm contained within the crushing dark. The shark is a silver blur, weaving between the writhing arms of the Kraken. He is speed and precision against brute force and overwhelming size. He darts in, his serrated teeth, rows upon rows of them, tearing at the tough, rubbery flesh of a tentacle. He rips away a huge chunk, and the Kraken bellows in silent, vibrational agony. Its ethereal scars flash furiously, illuminating the churning water in strobing patterns of angry blue light. In retaliation, the Kraken's coils surge forward, a net of living muscle determined to ensnare its agile foe. One tentacle finds its mark, wrapping around the shark's midsection. The pressure is immense. The shark's ribs groan, and his powerful body is constricted, his movements hampered. The suckers dig in, tearing at his thick hide. For a moment, it seems the battle is over. The Kraken begins to draw him in toward its massive, beak-like mouth, a chasm of razor-sharp chitin hidden at the center of its writhing limbs. But the great white is not so easily defeated. He is a creature of pure, focused violence. With a surge of adrenaline, he thrashes wildly, using his own weight and power against the grip. He twists and rolls, his sandpaper-like skin grinding against the tentacle, his teeth snapping at anything within reach. He bites down again and again on the arm that holds him, shaking his head like a dog with a bone. The pain is immense, but his will is stronger. With a final, desperate wrench, he tears himself free, leaving deep gouges in his own side but escaping the fatal embrace. Now he understands, he cannot win this fight with a war of attrition. The Kraken is too large, too powerful. He needs a single, decisive strike. He circles his titanic adversary, his shark's brain, a perfect engine of predatory calculation, assessing the situation. He sees the chaos of the tentacles, the impenetrable mass of the body, and then he sees it the central eye. The great, milky orb, the source of the creature's awareness, its one and only true vulnerability. He retreats, putting distance between himself and the Kraken. The giant creature, sensing victory, presses its advantage. Its tentacles lash out, creating a wall of impenetrable, writhing flesh, but the shark is not attacking. He is preparing. He dives deeper, then angles himself upward, pointing his snout directly at the Kraken's head. He puts every ounce of his energy into his tail, building speed, transforming himself from a living creature into an organic missile. He shoots upward through the dark water, a streak of gray and white. Tentacles whip past him, narrowly missing their target. The water resistance is immense, but his streamlined body cuts through it. He is a living spear aimed at a single point. The Kraken's eye, a universe of cold indifference, tracks his approach. It is too slow to react, too confident in its own invincibility. The impact is cataclysmic. The shark, propelled by pure, primal force, smashes headfirst into the Kraken's massive eye. His pointed snout acts as a battering ram, and his forward momentum carries him through. The gelatinous orb ruptures, bursting in a silent, cosmic explosion of fluid and ancient light. The Kraken convulses, a tremor of pure, unadulterated agony shakes its entire colossal form. Its glowing scars flicker erratically, then dim, their light fading like dying embers. The beast has been blinded, its connection to the world severed in one brutal, final act. The great tentacles, once so full of purpose and strength, now flail aimlessly in the darkness. The creature, defeated and mortally wounded, begins its slow, agonizing descent. It sinks back into the trench from which it came, its massive body disappearing into the eternal blackness, returning to the crushing depths to sleep, perhaps this time forever. Silence returns to the abyss, the churning water settles, the clouds of sediment drift back to the ocean floor. The great white shark, wounded but victorious, circles the spot where his enemy vanished. He is battered, bleeding from a dozen wounds, but he is alive. He is the king. He has faced the ultimate challenge from the world's deepest nightmare and emerged the victor. The deep, resonant thrumming is gone, replaced once more by the profound, unending silence of the deep. With a slow, deliberate flick of his tail, the sovereign turns and begins his ascent, returning to his ancient hunting grounds, the undisputed ruler of the dark waters. The abyss keeps its secrets, and tonight, it has reclaimed one of its own, leaving the throne to the shark, the silent guardian of the world below. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this epic battle, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to join us for more tales from the deep.